What's up, everybody? We are back again, and we're going to go over some things today. I got a small list of a few words, a few acronyms, something like that. Does everybody know what those mean? Well, today we're going to go over it. I'm Aaron Impens, and let's get to it. So real estate vocabulary. I can tell you there's many a times you'll find yourself in a room talking to people or listening to someone and you'll wonder what in the world they're even talking about. So today let's go over just a few terms and get you squared away so hopefully you understand. All right, the first one I got on the list is NOD. What the heck does that mean? Nod? NOD? Well, let's elaborate on that. NOD stands for Notice of Default. Okay? Notice of Default. So what is that? A Notice of Default. Well, in the state of Nebraska, this is part of the foreclosure process. So what you have is an agreement for someone to make a payment on a property, and when they don't pay, this is going to be the trigger or the what starts the foreclosure process. What will happen is someone won't make their payment. After that is considered late, the lender will then, or the lender's attorney, trustee, whatever, will end up sending out a notice of default to the borrower. And the notice of default allows the borrower 30 days to bring the loan current and pay everything up to date. After that 30 days, then they get sent a notice of sale, and that gets published as well. 5 weeks after that, guess what? Their house is getting sold at auction, public auction, to the highest bidder. So that's what that means, notice of default. All right, so the next one, POF. Anybody have any ideas what that is? Well, it's shortened for proof of funds. Okay? It's proof of funds. Well, what does that mean? Well, I can tell you, as investors or people looking to buy properties, when you're buying something from someone, they're going to want to know if you have the ability to actually close on the property. Do you have the cash in the bank? Or do you have the financing lined up? So a proof of funds letter is simply that. It's a proof of funds available. It's a short letter that'll say, hey, Aaron Impens has X amount of dollars available for the purchase of the property at 123 B Street. That's all it says. It's usually signed by the bank or wherever those funds are coming from. And then you give that to the seller of the property or the bank that you're trying to buy it from or whatever else. Maybe even the foreclosure attorney that's putting that on. Proof of funds. Good to know what that means. Good to know where those or what that is. And if you don't have any of that, I recommend getting one. You can ask your bank for one. There's places online that you can get some of those as well too. So good to have when you're out looking to buy properties. Next one, pre-approval letter. Very similar to the proof of funds, but this is going to be more for your buyers when you're selling a property, okay? You're going to want to know that they have the ability to buy the property. Now, likely these people aren't going to necessarily have just cash in the bank to be able to buy your property. They're going to be getting a loan. So what will come with that is a pre-approval letter from the bank. And again, very similar to the proof of funds. All it is a proof or an approval from the bank that says, hey, this person has pre-qualified for the loan. We've allowed them up to X amount of dollars to buy a certain property, and it'll say that all on there, all on that letter. You want to make sure and get this. You want to make sure and get this. That way you know your buyer is able to move forward and close. Okay, very good thing to know and understand. Next, sellers and buyers market. There's two different types of markets. Seller's market, what does that mean? Well, we happen to be currently in a seller's market, I would say. And what that means is that there's less properties out there than there is the demand that is needed. Okay, so there's more people wanting to buy the properties than there are properties available. So that's going to give it a seller's market. When there's not enough out there for the people to buy, the prices go up, the seller makes more money. Now, reverse of that would be the buyer's market. That's when there's so many properties out there and not as many people out buying. That's going to drive those prices down, or you're not going to be able to shoot for the moon, as I say. The last one is SFH. Back to these three letter things again, but what's SFH? The single family home. I know, pretty simple, pretty rudimentary here, but if you ever see those three letters, just understand that that's what that means. You're going to be looking at a house, you know, where one family is going to live in it. I hope this helps, guys. I know this was a quick list, just 5 different things. Run back through them, take some notes, you know, get yourself familiarized with this stuff. That way when you're in a room with people, or maybe in a room with a bank, you can understand what you're talking about, or even understand what they're talking about. So again, thanks for watching. If you guys got any more vocabulary that you want to learn, make sure and leave it in the comments below. I want to get to those and make sure and help you out. You know, hit that subscribe button, give me some likes. Any other comments you have, make sure and leave those below as well. We'll see you guys next time.